Alright gang, welcome back to our Broke to Billionaire challenge on Ohio Richlands. Today is going to be a very busy day of spraying. In the last episode, I incorrectly mentioned that we only had one thing to do. We got a lot more than that. We've got to spray all these fields, we got to fertilize these fields a second time. There's a lot to do, if I'm honest, and it's almost entirely around spraying and or fertilizer spreading. Now, we do have that small field that is ready to harvest today. We are going to harvest it today, and we are also going to sell that field. We talked about that, right? We talked we were going to sell the field because we really don't need that small of a field anymore at this point. We really should be getting big fields if we're going to do any more. If we want to have a chance at all to try to make a lot more money and hopefully get to 100 million. Now, a couple things to note that I do believe we are going to be a lot further than a lot of you believe at this point. Will we get to $1 billion? No, I'm pretty much set in stone at this point that there's no way we're going to do that unless I put in a hell of a lot of hours between now and FS22. But you all know I'm going to be gone for half the month in October, out of the country, for a year. Well, it's been a year, I guess, almost, since my wife and I got married. So we're taking a honeymoon a year after we got married, just so we were able to save up a little bit of money because we wanted to go to Italy, and that's where we're going to go. So we're going to Italy. So that's pretty fun. I've never been over there at all. So I'm excited to check all of that out and try all of that out. I think it's going to be fun. So that's fun. And then when I get back, about 2 weeks after I get back, 2.5, almost 3 weeks actually, when I get back, I will be gone when FS22 releases, the week that FS22 releases. Unfortunately, for work, I will be out of the country. I'll be going to Canada, so not too far out of the country, but still out of the country nonetheless. So I won't be able to play FS22 right when it comes out, so I'm going to be a little bit behind the 8 ball. So lots is going on. Oh, I just backed up way too far. Luckily, I didn't kill anything. So a lot is going on right now for me in my life. So I'm doing the best I can to keep up with these videos, gang, and trying to also get my other channel up to 1,000 subscribers as well. So lots. I've got a lot going on. I'm trying to juggle it all and hopefully still put out some enjoyable content for all of you. So I guess where I was going with all of that rambling was the odds are not good that I will spend a eternity and a ton of time trying to get this to $1 billion. So all of that said, we're going to do everything we can, though, to try to make as much money as humanly possible on this series, given the amount of time we have left. Whatever that may be. I think 100 million is a good goal at this point to try to get to. I really do. And I think we actually have a decent chance to get to 100 million too. I really do. We've got all the pasta coming in now. We've got so many productions now that are all making us a ton of money. Our digestate dryer is full yet again. I have turned it on to selling, so about 9 o'clock here, we're going to get a good chunk of change once again, which is nice. Very useful. And as I mentioned, I think in the last episode, right? Some of you might be, not realizing it or kind of forgot that when the series is over, we will be selling everything with the exception of what we started with. So any of the fields that we bought, any of the equipment we bought, we'll be selling it. Now, there are a few things that we did start with that I have got rid of, but not many. So a lot of these fields that we bought for a good amount of money, we're going to be able to sell that. So that's going to be, just an extra amount of money we're going to get at the end. Whenever this time does come to end this series. And I don't always do that in all my series. Most of the time I just kind of keep what we have as a working farm and just move on, right? But this series, we are going to be selling everything when the time comes. Like I said, minus the exception of anything that we got at the very beginning of the series. But how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're all doing well. Things are good here. Things are good. Recently I might have said it on this series, I don't know, but if I did, I apologize, bear with me for a second, but if I haven't, or you didn't hear it, I'm going to say it now. I got everything sorted out for the poker tournament that I'll be in Vegas. I'm pretty excited about that. Some of you know, some of you may not, but I'm an avid poker player. I like playing poker. I'm not anything crazy. I'm not a pro or anything like that, so don't expect that. I just like playing it. It's a hobby that I enjoy doing. Specifically in Texas Hold'em type of tournaments. I like doing tournaments. And first time I'm going to be playing in a big tournament. I've played in other tournaments in Vegas or just, you know, locally. Some of you know I'm in a league every week. A poker league. It's not anything crazy. It's only $30 a week. It's not outrageously expensive or anything like that. And part of that money you spend goes towards the final session, the final tournament of the session. So the final tournament of the session, you can make decent money. But yeah, this is going to be a tournament with around, I think last year they said there was around 1,200 people, so it's a pretty decent-sized tournament. And obviously it's nowhere near what the pros or anything like that, or like the World Series of Poker or anything like that, but this will be by far the most people that I've ever played in a tournament, so I'm really excited to put my basic skill up to the test to see how I do. Probably not good. Honestly, it's a 3-day tournament, and if I get past day 1, I'm literally going to say that I succeeded, and I'm much better than I think I am if I get past that day. I don't think I will. I really don't. I think I'll be out halfway through the first day, but I'll keep you posted in case you are interested. If you're not, then, well, you can just ignore that portion, but I'll keep you posted. But that's not until next year, so that's a ways down the road here, but regardless, I had to get everything bought and set up now if I wanted to get into it, because it's limited space, obviously. So, excited about it. So, like I said, this is a lot of spraying. So, to give you kind of a bird's eye view here. Well, a map view. It's not a bird's eye view. I shouldn't have said that. So, we got to spray this field we're doing now, this field, and this field. All have to be sprayed with herbicide. And that's not even counting the fertilizer we have to do. Now, the fertilizer, we can absolutely and probably will do some solid fertilizer on some of that. And then we can also do some liquid fertilizer, too, if we wanted to. We might actually have to do that just to, you know, speed the time up a little bit. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put this on a worker for a brief second here. Let me find... Where's my case at? There it is. I'm going to hook up to the fertilizer spreader. I don't know how much is in there. I forget, but let's fill it up with some of the solid fertilizer we have. Since we have so much, and we've got a bunch in storage there, it's just waiting because it's maxed out. Let's fill it up now. Absolutely, 11%, 100% fill it up, because that's only going to save us some money. Now, I believe the next month, one of the spaghettis or one of the pasta is ready to sell at the best time next month, and I think it's October, November, and December are the best months for the 3. I don't know which one is which. Honestly, I haven't really looked, but I do know that. I'm not really sure what he's doing, but okay, we'll let him just continue to do his thing, I guess. Whatever. Let's take back over for this worker now. Now, what I might want to consider doing, actually, is upgrading our fertilizer spreader. The one we have is nice, don't get me wrong, but I think at this point, I mean, we probably need something with a wider width. The one we have is 36 meters, which is good, but if we could get one with a little bit more, I think that's going to be better for us. 46 looks like the best one that I'm seeing. Or 42, excuse me, not 46. So yeah, if we grab one of those, that probably will help us out, right? It's not a huge increase by any means, but it will speed it up a little bit for us. And it'll help with our headland passes as well, because you know how the workers get on these fields. They're not the brightest. Time of this recording, it actually is poker night tonight. I'm doing this right before I'm getting ready to leave, so I've got about an hour-ish before I leave. I might have to do this video in multiple settings. You won't know that, but, well, I mean, maybe you will. If my voice sounds different, maybe you will. I don't think it makes that huge of a difference if you do it one day versus another day, but maybe if, you know, your voice is just not as... I don't even know how I'm going... I don't even know where I'm going with this. I guess all I'm going to say is sometimes when you do a video on a different, well, if you do a video and you split up the recordings in different days, sometimes your voice can sound different. It just depends on the time of the day and what's going on, I think, but most of the time it's probably not really going to be that noticeable. early in the morning, certainly, probably. Maybe late at night if you're tired, but otherwise, you're probably not really going to notice it, I would think. But we'll see what I get done. We'll see how long it takes, and where we are as far as our time goes. Ideally, I don't know if this is going to happen, gang, but ideally for this episode here in September, we only do one, and we jump to October next, because we don't have a whole lot to do, right? So that would be the most ideal situation for us here. I'm going to fold this up. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but that would be the most ideal situation. Now, I still have that tree in the way. I should have got rid of it, but maybe we'll get rid of it here now, between now and the next episode, maybe. I'm going to carry this thing around with us, evidently. I don't know if I can pick that up. I doubt I can. Nope, I didn't think so. Well, we might be carrying this thing around here a little bit. There we go, we got rid of it for a second at least. It's going to be in the way in the other field though, so we're going to grab it again then, but... Okay. So lots of spraying to do here, gang. Once I get around here to the end, I'm not that concerned about the headland pass on this specific field, so I'll probably put it on a worker, and then we'll go grab the fertilizer spreader and get to spreading some of that fertilizer down. Really, I would like to upgrade it, but maybe we wait until we run out of the fertilizer that's in there and then upgrade it. It's not a big deal to unload it and then reload it, but it does take longer than just going directly from what we have. Maybe I should have thought about that before I filled it up, but hey, whatever. We can do one field with it. It's not going to be that harmful. Or a couple fields. We've been utilizing it all the way up to this point now, so what's the difference, right? Then, once we kind of get that a little bit under control, at least for a little while, then we're going to have to jump into the harvester and go harvest that small field. Now, that field is not very big. It really shouldn't take too long at all to do. I actually think I'm going to send the worker going this way. Yeah, let's send the worker going that way. Let me just make sure that I'm not going to put fertilizer down in a field that doesn't need it. I'm pretty sure they're all going to need it, but yeah, they all need it. So lots of fertilizing to come here. But the nice thing is, this is one of my favorite things to do, is fertilizing and spraying. I don't know why. A lot of people hate it. I love it. I don't know why I love it. I just do. So, for me, this is a win-win situation, because this is what I like doing. I think I like spreading the fertilizer more than I do the spraying, honestly, just because the arms and stuff get in the way. But, yeah, the fertilizer spreading, solid fertilizer spreading specifically, I love it. Love it. So let's get to work here, gang. This is going to take a while. I showed you what we had to do. There's a lot of fields, a lot of fields to do. So this is not going to be a quick one. We may just, kind of shorten it a little bit and then just do a jump cut potentially, but there's a lot to do here. So let's get underway. Well, the workers are at it again, just being workers on the field, doing stupid stuff. But we got all 3 of these fields all sprayed, so that's good. I'm not going to worry about that section back there that kind of was expanded, unfortunately, by a worker. I'm not going to really worry about that. It can just be crappy harvest if there whatever's left there, because we're going to be driving over top of it and stuff like that. So I'm not that concerned about that one. Potatoes are going well. We're getting a lot up. There's still a lot to go, though. And I'm going to fill this up a little bit. We're going to head over to the big field we have over there. I feel like... Head over to this field here and spray that one. But I feel like this field needs sprayed. But it doesn't. It doesn't say it does. Just feel like it does. It's weird. Anyway, we'll fill this up and head on over. And we can just put a worker on doing, you know, the spraying there. They're not going to do a perfect job. We already know that. They're going to miss bits. But... yeah, if we can, you know, just have him do something, we can touch it up later. We likely will utilize that harvester header for the small field. Hopefully it'll fit in that little weird section. And then after that, we'll probably get rid of it and buy one of the bigger harvester headers that I've talked about, right? I found a few bigger ones on ModHub. It's like 5 or 6 meter width difference. So it is pretty significant, but that's the biggest one I can find. I can't find any of the big, gigantic, massive ones that a lot of you have been mentioning in the comments. So we'll see. We'll see how that does. We'll see how that helps us. Hopefully, it helps us a lot. It should as far as time goes. But I don't know how much more it'll help us with big fields, like getting another big field. It may, but yeah, that's kind of where we're at, I guess. All right, the workers going. Like I said, I expect them to miss a bunch. I expect the trees and stuff to get in the way, but as long as they get a good portion of it, we can touch it up. Not a big deal. Let me move this out of the way, and we can get the worker back going here on the potato harvest. Then we're going to have to get the fertilizer spreader and start working on that. As you can see, we did make a little money when 9 o'clock hit here. Almost back up to 3 million, so that's good. Alright, let them do their thing. Jump in this guy. That field, if you look at it from this angle, it looks like it's all weeded up, but it's really not. It just looks like it. See? There's no weeds at all. So it just looks like it. In any case, this field needs to be fertilized a second time as well, which I didn't mention. So we have to fertilize these 2 fields, this field, and then harvest that field. Lots and lots to do. Let's hit these fields first, since we're already over here. And then we'll go over there across the way and hit that one. And move on. Making good progress here, gang. That field back there has been fully fertilized, so we're on to this one now. Worker's going strong over there. I don't know how full he is. I think I'm going to actually pause this real quick, because if he is... Oh, he's not that full at all, actually. You know what? Let's try to unload a little bit while we're sitting here going with him, because I don't want him to be full again on the other side. It's always a disaster. How are you guys liking the 100 horsepower challenge that I created? You guys enjoying that so far? Hopefully you are. Episode 3 should have came out, let's see, would have been a couple days ago, right? A couple days ago? Unless this comes out on, I don't know if this is going to be a Wednesday episode or a Sunday episode. I don't recall now. I'm doing this one relatively early. Just trying to get some stuff, you know, some backlog of this stuff ready to go since I'm going to be out of town, like I mentioned, right? Relatively soon. I mean, at the time of this recording, I've only got about 18, 17 days or something like that before I leave. Maybe a little bit longer than that. 20 days? Still, it's not very long, really. And I've got to have, you know, about 2.5, really. I probably would want 3 weeks really done. Because when I get back, I mean, I'm going to be jet lagged and I'm going to be on a different time zone still. So I'm going to be all screwed up. So really, I probably want a couple more just to give myself a little bit of a breather when I get back, right? So just try to get those all done and caught up as much as I can here. Because if I get a bunch done now, when it gets closer to the time period, I'm not really worried about working on the ones for that week or the following week. I'm worried about the weeks that I'm gone. So, trying to, as I can, get a few done here and there, a couple a day, instead of just like normally like I do one a day. I'm trying to get 2 done a day from this point on. Not easy, but I'm trying. In any case, I'm ranting about stuff that you guys don't really care about. You came here to watch this, not really rant about me not having enough time in the day. They need to make these days longer. So once I go around the headland here, I'm going to throw this on a worker probably, more than likely. And I'm going to take over for the sprayer, because I think the sprayer is close to be done, if not already done. And there's a lot of missed sections there. I kind of did a brief look at it. And they're missing a lot, so we probably need to take that over. There you go. They think they've finished, which we know they haven't, so. Now, I probably need to fill this back up with some fertilizer, so I'll probably run over there quickly and fill it up before I jump over and take over for the worker. Yeah, this is a bit of a mess. I probably shouldn't have done this, but, I mean, oh well. We're just going to clean it up. What are you going to do? So let's get to work here, gang. We'll throw another time lapse in. I know I've mentioned it many times before, but sometimes there's just no help for it. You're just going to have to do it. You have to do a couple time lapses in a row. And that just happens to be the case here, so let's get it done. Alright, I think we're pretty much done here with this field, gang. I think there's a few minor sections down here. Yep, kind of where I expected it to be at, right by the tree line. And then this little section here, but then this field has been completely taken care of as far as the weeds go. We still have to fertilize it, but not too bad. I put the worker back on this one for a little section of it, right? That I knew that they got screwed up on, so not too bad. blocked by another object. What are they blocked by? What is this? Oh. Because of where I stuck it. They weren't going all the way to the end because of the, I'm assuming, the riverbed there and possibly the trees. So, well, let me just move it out of the way for you, and then you'll be golden. Looks like you're pretty full, too. Oh, no, he's not. He's fine. He's fine. You are not done. You really think you're done? With that little pass, you think you're done? Oh, these workers, man, they're morons. We just gotta do everything ourselves. I know, Headland Pass, I know, but I got lazy. I was trying to speed things up and do multiple things at once. Thinking that since this is just a basic field and nothing's really been changed on it, and since I would expect them to go back up that way, and I already went past the tree section, that this shouldn't be an issue, but no, that's not the case, evidently. Now, as far as anything to buy, there's really nothing field-wise to buy that I'm seeing anywhere near us that I would even consider, so we'll have to wait on that if we decide to buy another field, that is. But I think that's all going to depend on the new header and how fast it is and how much faster it is for us, right? When that time comes. Now, hopefully, with doing this Headland Pass, that the worker won't have any more issues, hopefully, and they'll do what I expect and want them to do, but yeah, you never know with these people, with these workers. Once we're done with the spraying down there, I'm going to go bring the sprayer back away. I'll just finish the rest of that up off camera. I'm going to go bring the sprayer away, and then we'll jump into the harvester and head down to the small field there and get working on that. Shouldn't take too long at all. We probably can hold everything that would be in that field just in the harvester itself, so I'm not even going to consider bringing a trailer down there, at least not for now. If that ends up not being the case once we get there, then we can, you know, make our decision up once we get there and see how fast it's being filled up, right? Okay, worker, just do whatever you want, worker. I don't care. I don't care. Don't listen to me. What do I know? So let me get the rest of this all taken care of, gang, and like I said, I'll put it away and I'll be with, next time I'm with you, which will be a few seconds, but for me it's a lot longer. I'll be in the harvester, and we'll be on that little field getting ready to harvest it. Alright, we're underway here, gang. Some nice canola coming in. This is going to be much needed. We've got some productions we want to utilize this canola for, so it won't be a huge harvest by any means, but it'll certainly help while we hold off on the rest of the fields being ready. This is good. Now, I went ahead and took the other worker that was doing the fertilizer spreading, which, surprise, surprise, they were having issues with that field, too. I went ahead and put him on the other field. Again, another situation where I did not go around the headland or anything like that. I should have probably, but I didn't. I'll just clean it up afterwards. We'll just let them get some of it done at least, right? If we get some of it done, then I'll be happy. Now, this field's not big, so we're not going to make a ton of money off of this when we sell it, but it is going to be something back to us, so that's good. That's going to be helpful, right? Trying to be pretty careful going around the headland here, because that fence we've caused so many issues for us, and I got a little close with the drilling this time, so I'm trying to be very, very cautious here. But I still don't want to miss any of the crop either. If you could bear with me with the camera work a little bit here. Looks like the potatoes are full yet again. There are going to be some potato stuff we're going to have to clean up ourselves. Actually, there's going to be a good amount that the worker just wouldn't do based off of trees or whatever else was in the way. So we'll have to work on that in the next episode for sure. Because this is going to be the last big section I probably show on this episode is harvesting this field, just because it's getting a decent sized time already, and if I was to do any more than that, we're looking at an hour and a half long video here. As far as actual recording time, I'm well over where I need to be. I need to be leaving here pretty soon, based off of what I already told you, right? I got poker tonight, so. I don't think I'm going to be able to get that without getting stuck in there. So we're not even going to really try. Well, I guess I am going to get it. Just from the turnaround, I guess I am going to get it. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. Alright, that wasn't too bad. So I think we probably could have got the bigger harvester back here. It would have been really hard to turn around, I think, back here. We would have had to just kind of back up and then realign that way more than likely instead of just doing a turnaround like we just did. But yeah, I think we could have made it. But that's all right. This isn't a big field. It's not going to take long. I could turn the beacons off. I still have the beacons on. This isn't a big field. It's not going to take long. I'm actually thinking we actually might need a trailer, though. If I'm looking at, I mean, we're almost at 50% and we haven't even gone all the way around yet. So I'm thinking we might actually need a trailer, which I was not expecting at all. It's a gorgeous day out. A couple clouds in the sky, but otherwise it's very pretty. No rain in sight, nothing like that. Probably a good temperature outside too, I'm sure. 66 degrees Fahrenheit, that's about as perfect as you can get. Yeah, worker C clear the task. I doubt it. I doubt it. But I'm not gonna flip over there. We can deal with that off camera. You saw a lot of fertilizing and honestly spraying today, so I'm not gonna do any more of that at this point. Let's just get this field harvested. All right, so we're definitely gonna need a trailer. So. Let's go get one, I guess. Let me unload this guy first. We'll at least get it set so we can unload him. Yeah, I think we're gonna need this one, actually. Let me see if I can unload some more of these potatoes in here. We might actually be able to get rid of the rest of the potatoes out of this trailer. Yep, perfect. So we'll take this trailer over. This should be plenty sufficient for us to unload the harvester and continue it going there. Alright, let's get this thing unloaded here. So much better than I expected on this field, for sure. Much better. It's going to be probably a tiny little time lapse here, but I'm going to throw another quick one in here, another quick one in here, gang. Real quick, just to get this done, get this knocked out, and then we can move on. Alright, that is the field done, gang. So we can go ahead and sell this field and get a little bit of money back. Again, it's only $115,000, so it's not crazy, but it is some money nonetheless. And that's back. Up to $3 million again, gang. So I'll get all this stuff back, and yeah, we'll leave the episode there. Hope you enjoyed it. I'd appreciate it if you hit the like and the subscribe button. It's free, helps me out a ton. Make sure you check my other channel out. Give it a follow, a subscription, and a like if you like any of the videos on there. I'm trying to get to 1,000, very close to there, so I'm trying to pump that in every once in a while to all of you just to see if any of you are interested, and if you're not, then just completely ignore me. And yeah, we'll leave it there. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you all next time.